I don't think I do it good, no, I think I do it great. They would do it if they could, they can't do it so they hate. Everybody wanna look, but nobody wanna play. Stealing eyes.
What up, it's your boy Nick Incredible Man. Yes, I am back at it again. Finally, if you will. Man, dude, it's been so long since I've actually been on this channel, man. I feel like a stranger on my own channel. Oh, but it feels so good to be back, man. I told you guys I was going to get back in the swing of things, and I know you guys have waited so long. I can't even remember the last time I done a read-through of this, but as you can tell from the title, this is Beastars chapters 143. Her breasts so translucent, the light of the TV passes through them. Oh man, oh, this takes me back so much, man. It's so familiar, of course, but just these title chapters, the titles of these chapters alone just speak such a heavy volume. And I know that Beastars has officially ended in the manga. I mean, yeah, officially ended in the manga, but like the anime is still ongoing and everything. So I'm going to finish throughout these, but it feels so good to be back, man. It feels so great to be back to reading Beastars again. And I just want you guys to know I haven't read anything, ever since I stopped. So, everything going forward is still new to me, man. So let's dive into this first chapter. Okay. Galdana University cafeteria. Okay. I'm so hungry. What's the afternoon lecture gonna cover? Oh, what do you say? Oh, I've got work today. Okay. My bad. It's been so long since I read manga aloud. Okay, so we see Lewis is, he's checking out something like a tag or something in his collar. Wait, is he meeting no girl? Is he meeting somebody today? Excuse me. Oh, he looks nervous. Yeah. Okay, maybe he's not meeting somebody. I don't know. Can I sit next to you? All the other seats are filled. When a carnivore asks a herbivore if he could sit next to him, the polite thing to do would be to say no. But, most herbivores wouldn't go out of their way to reject such a simple request, though. Okay, now we can notice that something's going on with this carnivore himself, because he's kind of holding on to his lunch tray and he's shaking a little bit. Now, that could either be that, he's a little nervous sitting next to a herbivore, or, maybe he's going to go on a rampage or something. I don't know. It's hard to tell what characters in Beastars, man. You never know what's actually going through their mind. Sure. Don't sit next to a herbivore when you're in a meat-drunk state, you damn amateur. Oh, he's eating meat. Well, he's eating. No, eating is definitely not a word. But he's eaten meat maybe in the past couple hours or so, or a day or so. So that's why he's shaking while he's next to Lewis. Maybe he's going through like Lewis said, he's in a meat drunken state. So maybe he's like a simple withdrawal type thing going on. Okay, so he decided to sit next down to Lewis. For carnivores who tasted meat for the first time in their lives in the back alley market or whatever, it takes about 1 month for their bodies to get used to the thrill and the pleasure of it. So he's in a meat drunk state. So this is the first time he's ever tasted meat. He's never really had that thrill of the taste and the texture of actual meat. So now he's going back into the public where he's not dealing with the back alley market or anything like that. And he's sitting next to someone that he could possibly snap on any minute and eat. And in that month, they succumb to lightheadedness, shaking hands, rising temperature, and insomnia. This is called being meat drunk. Okay, so it's like anything else, but it's just meat drunk. According to what the Shishigumi told me anyway, I bet this fellow is one of those immature brats who learned how to fool around shortly after coming to this university, even though we're in the same year. He's one of those mini carnivores in this campus that I've seen meat drunk. I mean, he could possibly be meat drunk, because you try different things once you go to college, man. I mean, so especially stuff that you wouldn't try in high school or in your hometown or anything like that. Like you go off to college, that's some things that you try differently, man. Carnivores are such good for nothings. Just so we're clear, the Shishigumi only follows Lewis. We lions will never take orders from a wolf. Okay, so we see that Legacy's having a conversation with the they were talking about I remember they were talking about dude, what's his name? The hybrid guy. Oh, I know his name. Oh man, crap. Oh, it's been so long. Oh crap, this is gonna bug me now. Hold on, man, I gotta go look it up. I know his name. his name. I can't think of it now, man. For some reason, I can't. It's gonna bug me now that I can't think of his name. I'm trying to find it, but Melon. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, man, that was gonna bug me crazy if I can think of his name. Okay, so yeah, they were talking about Melon, and no, they weren't talking about Melon. They were talking about the pureblood, the little civet cat or whatever. About only want to get focusing on the purebloods or whatever like that. Okay, yeah. I forgot. Hey, I'm not going to boss you guys around, obviously, but if we work together, we can get in contact with Kopi Luwak easier. Okay, now who is this? We know that, but we don't even want to work with you. We've more or less acknowledged you, but that's about it. But we can't work with animals that aren't lions, at least while Lewis isn't with us. Well, that makes sense because dealing with all of this stuff with Melon, and Melon taking over the Shishigumi, things are a little hectic right now, so they can't really just be seen with you. And we know how Melon feels about Lewis in general. We'll play nice only when Lewis is around. You really suspect Lewis Senpai, don't you? You really respect Lewis Senpai, don't you? Well, I mean, Lewis stepped up, man, especially when he was the leader of the Shishigumi. Like, even the fact alone of him being a herbivore and turning around and eating meat, that speaks volumes. But the fact that they, respected him legitimately, it wasn't like, anything funny about it. They legitimately respected him in the way that he made them act in general. They weren't just vicious carnivores anymore. They were like a well-respected group. They kept the other gumi companies in check. Like, they were legit bosses, man. So, they ran like a legit operation with Lewis. So, of course they have to respect him, man. I mean, he earned that respect. Making Lewis our boss was a business gamble. We just happened to win big time. The groups that are trying to get ahead must have seen how the Shishigumi was like with Lewis as our leader. He caught all the males and females under his spell, that buck. So he's talking about Melon now. Oh, no. Okay, so he's still talking about Lewis. Lewis was a little captivating. I'm gonna be 100%, man. I totally forgot all about Melon and everything else, man. Dude, it's gonna take me a minute to remember everything. Well, that's just my opinion. Okay, so now we see Lewis getting ready for lunch and he's pondering something. Okay, a kiss mark on a male. If I were a carnivore, it would be a medal of honor. But since I'm a herbivore, it's nothing but a mark of defeat. Oh, that's why he keeps checking his neck. Okay, wow, Lewis, why is it my fate to be prey to every living animal on the planet? Wait a minute. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's read this because I'm all here for this now. Let's see. A few days ago, I slept with my fiance for the first time. Boom, bam, that is. Okay, I knew it was something. Hey, Azuki-san, what is it? You don't like it? She's the daughter of the CEO of a company and a red deer just like me. Well, I'm sorry, I'm just thirsty. I sound like a virgin. Pathetic, man. I just can't. Oh, well, here's some water then. We're getting married for political reasons. Is this really the right path for me? Should I abandon the Shishigumi? I go up the water down by my throat to get those questions out of my head. Don't go near carnivores who dress in red clothes. Okay, so that's something about a goat talking about something on the news. It's a sign that they're in an excited mood. A news program for herbivores. Okay, so so it's telling herbivores to be cautious of carnivores in red clothing or suits or whatever because they're in a particular mood. The carnivores should be separated from us. Okay, so now he's preaching, separation and everything like that. Our thin and weak bodies intertwined with anti-carnivore rhetoric as our background music. We must protect the herbivore peace. It must be our first priority. We must not submit to the carnivorous savage ways. I'm not kidding. We herbivores are doing the best we can to live. And yet, wow. So this guy that's on this news or whatever, he's really preaching about, carnivores are savages. They're no good. They only dive into their carnal desires. Sure, that's true for most. But, then you got a bunch of people like Legacy that's not running around that's doing all this stuff. But that's something different. This is normal. Nothing about this is strange. The only thing that's strange is me. That's why this situation is making me feel so uncomfortable. Well, because think about it like this. Because we have someone like Lewis Senpai that's, he's been in the underworld, the back alley market. He's been into a darker part of the world. He's seen some things go down. He's had his foot eaten by legacy. Like, dealing with the Shishigumi, all of the stuff, I just don't know, man, that was going on with him and Juno. Like, he's been through some stuff. All the stuff that was going on with him and Legacy going back and forth. Like, there was a lot of stuff that Lewis Senpai actually, really had to deal with. All of the stuff from his past, being in Shishigumi and his father. And it's just a lot of stuff that he had to deal with. And having a normal life, I honestly don't think that suits him. And I don't think that's what he wants at all either. But he knows that that's something that society will look fond upon, is him having a normal life, him being married to a red deer, him just doing, everything that's simple and status quo. If you break the status quo, people look at you a little strange, and a lot of people don't like to be looked at strange like that. They want to just flow with the water. A lot of people don't want to, like take it like this: a river. Like, if it's a river flowing this way, and you mess around and catch a fish swimming upstream in a downstream river, it's gonna look a little weird, and you're gonna look at it a little different. But that fish does whatever the fish want to do. I mean, this is that fish's life, so he choose whatever you want to do. And I don't know why I'm using fish in this analogy, but you catch the gist of what I'm saying. So he's kissing her, they're touching. She doesn't kiss like Juno. Nothing in her mouth resembles those rough canine teeth. Yeah, but see, I told you he was thinking about it. No. Don't compare them to each other. Focus. Don't get distracted. Don't lose your way. See, like, he doesn't want to go against the status quo, even though he's pretty much, the latter half of his life, he went against the grain. He decided to go against the status quo, but now he's trying to get back on the right track, and he doesn't want to lose focus anymore. But, like, he can't think about it. Have sex with Azuki, your fellow red deer, but he can't get out of his own head. Listen up, folks. You need to keep your distance from carnivores. And okay, so they're still talking about stuff in the background. So we see that, he's getting ready to get it on with Azuki, but he's freaking out. Lewis-san, are you okay? Shalalala. This man threw up. Lewis-san, what's wrong? Are you okay? Shalalala. I vomited in spectacular fashion on my first night with my fiance. I spent the rest of the night with my face over the toilet and my fiance's hand on my back. So that's why he's at the little bar. He's contemplating life itself, because he's going through some stuff, man. To be honest, I think we changed Lewis to a degree. If he gets too acquainted with carnivores, he'll stray away from his path, from his happy. I don't know where I've seen path from. Away from his happy life as an ordinary herbivore elite. Yeah, see, like, Lewis, he was raised in high society, high class, high status, but that's not something that he wanted. Now, his father, adopted him and took him in, and Lewis enjoyed all of this, but his mind was always somewhere else. Even when he was, the class president or whatever, when he was the focus and the soon-to-be next Beastar, hopefully, like, his mind was always somewhere else. Either when he was with Haru, Legacy, Juno, joining the Shishigumi, his mind is always somewhere else. He's always thinking of something else because he doesn't want the status quo. And I feel like life should be like that. You shouldn't want basic for your life. Now, there's nothing wrong with people that want that complacency and anything like that. If you want that and you want that stability, that's totally fine for you to have that. But if you want to buck your life a little bit and change it and just do you. I mean, sure, if you want to be homeless, if you want to live on the street and, just go out and do all that type of stuff and just live wild, that's totally up to you. But, like, if you don't want that, if you want to just have a nice, simple 9 to 5, 2 to 3 kids, house, bill, job that you got to go to every day that you really hate and you love it at the same time, do that if that's for you. But if that's not for you, you don't have to do that. And Lewis is one of those people that, he knows that that's what society wants. And I don't think his father wants that for him anymore, but he knows that's what society wants, and he wants to buck against that, if you will. Well, not that Lewis would ever settle for such a lame ass life. Say, why don't you try calling Lewis Senpai? I don't. I don't know. I don't think he'd answer, and we can't force him to help us. As much as it pains me to say this, if he doesn't answer our call, we'll have to give up on him. It's all on him. I think he just might because he's going through some stuff too. Hey, you. Yeah. Eating mints makes you feel less meat drunk. You can have these. Wow. Huh. Take it easy with the back alley market. Sorry. Thanks. Wow. See, Lewis on some other stuff, man. Like everything else, like we see that Lewis is dealing with some stuff, but and we know that Legacy's dealing with some stuff as well. But getting this in-depth look into Lewis's life, you know, outside of the Shishigumi, outside of, you know, his father's control and everything else, we get to see a different Lewis. I mean, he's still the same, but different at the same time, if you will. I can't leave troubled carnivores alone as I am now. It's just something about carnivores that he's drawn to. I should have realized it before I turned that night into a disaster. Whoa, it's Lewis. Hello? It's me. Yeah. I'll help you guys. I'm heading your way, but in return, okay. Well, we're moving on to the next chapter. Let's go ahead and go. Let's just go ahead and go. Chapter 144. I'm a feline. Okay. Well, who's a feline? Okay. Let me. If it ever loads. Dude, I missed it so much, man. Dude, I did not. And I'm sorry if I'm talking too much, you guys. It feels so good to have it back and just discuss it and talk about it with you guys. It feels so good, man. I really missed it so much. Okay, it's finally loading. I really have gone crazy. Being embraced by a female red deer. Okay, so he's still thinking about everything else. Okay. Being embraced by a female red deer. Hotel makes me uncomfortable. Okay. And yet, being surrounded by male carnivores makes me extremely comfortable. It's the thrill, man. It's the rush, man. Like sometimes you just need that rush in your life. You guys think. We changed our suits. You know, do we felines really have such strong BO? Canines have strong BO too, so I really can't say. Crap, if I get too carried away, my face is gonna completely soften. Anyway, Legacy, I need your help. Oh no, he said, Legacy, we need to talk. Okay. I know the gist of the situation, but I still don't get why you're in front of me at this very moment. I knew you'd say that. Did your foot act up after all? Enough about my foot. Do you seriously plan on using the Shishigumi's help to get info on Melon? Yes. I'm responsible for letting Melon go in the first place. I want to capture him. Even if you capture that carnivore-herbivore hybrid, there's no guarantee you'll have a happy future with Haru. Well, he's got a point. I'll keep that in mind. As for the Shishigumi, they'll be way more willing to help me if you stick around. Could you introduce them to me? Them? They're lions, nothing more. Wait. You can't be serious. I'm an Indian lion, okay? I'm a Congo lion. I'm a Maasai lion. Okay, my bad. It kind of broke it up a little bit. I'm a Maasai lion, okay? They all look kind of happy. Wait, you can't be serious. That guy's Dolph, the most serious lion in the Shishigumi. It's a pleasure to meet you. That's free. He likes females and violence. Yeah. That's Sabu, the oldest lion. Sup. The youngest lion is Agata, though he's quite strong. Hello. That's Dope. He specializes in negotiation. Sup, man. And that's Hino. His looks brings jobs. Oh, Hino looks cool, dude. Jimma's very knowledgeable about the back alley market. Hiya. And Miguel is the brawn of the group. Miguel looks boss too, dude. That's nice, man. Honestly, 100%. Like the only ones we really knew from the jump were because we never really got into detail about the others is Free, and I think we met Dolph before. We met Agata, you know, like really gotten their names, I think, and Sabu. I think those are the only ones. The rest of them, I don't remember their names anyway. Okay. Well, they're all hard silverheads, silvervine addicts, but they're good at what they do. Of course, we used to have 35 lions, but now there we're the only ones left. You can think of we 8 lions as crazy elites. Elites, yeah. We've been exerting our meat appetite by working our jaws. We get stronger every day. And it's all thanks to Lewis. That's boss. They've been biting on his antlers. Dude, that's legit, man. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So they bite has to be super strong. That's one of my shed antlers. I figured I shouldn't keep this a secret anymore. Whenever we got a craving for meat, we'd all take turns gnawing on this. I can't emphasize how much of a blessing this was after Melon forbade us from eating meat. Yeah, because he didn't want them to be strong anymore, because he's strong, but he, against purebred lions, there's no way Melon could have actually took them on. Thank you for the food. An extraordinarily strong prey. Which way was Kopi Luwak again? I'm pretty sure the right spreads to the shopping district. I heard it's up the left to the stairs. I heard a bunch of punk birds lives at the top of these stairs. I'm the back alley market expert. Oh, please, we can't leave this alone to you. It's going to be morning soon. Just do the usual thing. The usual thing? All right. I don't like that we have to do it in front of a wolf, though. Do what? Just look and don't talk. They're probably going to... Everyone, pluck a strand of hair from your mane. What are they going to do? Okay, now put them all together. 4, 5, 6, 8. Good. Oh, they're pulling straws. So... Okay, the stairs are pointing that way. Yeah, then that's where we're going. That settles it. Oh, it's like a what is it? A dowsing rod or something like that. Like how you find water or whatever. You're letting your mains decide. It's a it's a divination. And I told you not to talk. Okay, so we felines try to decide on something we rely on. Divination. Animals usually use feline hair as tools for divinations associated with the classical elements of fire, wind, earth, and water. This stuff can fill out the slightest movement in the air. Our feline bodies are sensitive to the supernatural and well tuned to the spiritual. We can even predict our own death. One can only expect felines to reserve a spot for themselves in a funeral home whenever they feel themselves close to death. Oh my gosh, close to death's door, they separate themselves from their workplaces and their families without warning and put their affairs in order with great indifference. That's crazy because that's actually so true, man. I had a cat one time, and when cats sensing that they're dying and stuff, they'll go and crawl off and just go die, and that's what happened to my cat, man. It's cool. It was a cat, he was orange, and he had the little stripes on him and stuff. I called him Tiger. I just thought it was cool to share. Okay. Unfriendly, free-spirited, independent, and self-centered. Felines have these traits because they live by relying on the supernatural. Well, yeah, like how they say cats have 9 lives, but we still know that the effects of our divinations will always depend on our actions. The lion's sense of supernatural is accurate. Is it not? We did make a divination to decide if Lewis was going to be our boss or not. Yeah, the Shishigumi was the best group around when Lewis was the leader. Well, that's true. We used a divination to make Melon our boss, and as a result, we're now working together with a wolf who we thought we would never find common ground with. I'm hoping this is all going to work out in the end. Well, it kind of messed them up a little bit, but now that they see that Lewis is back, they're working with Legacy. There's a lot of great stuff happening with Shishigumi now, man. How optimistic and feline-like. You don't seem to believe in that stuff. Oddly enough, but I ate Lewis Senpai's right foot. I live every day with the intention of never making the same mistake again. These hairs aren't working very well. Okay, man, we'll do one more chapter because it feels so good, man. I like the fact that they have decided to really accept Legacy. He's not a part of the Shishigumi, but they're letting him tag along, letting him be a part, letting him really incorporate himself with what they have going on, because they know that Melon is seriously a threat and that this guy means no good to the Shishigumi, and let's be 100%, the world, man. So let's dive into this chapter. Man. 145, a body without privacy. Okay. I'm Deshiko? Deshko? I'm gonna go with Deshko. Deshko the Civet, and I do believe I know what I'm talking about. What is he reading? Mixed species research. Now, why is he researching mixed species? Deshko's going to make his perfume. Gah! He's starting up. It's toilet time. I heard Deshko can make high quality coffee. A civet's rectal discharge smells like flowers. Now, that's something I never, ever knew. It ain't something I just had to know either, but it's something that I never knew. Ooh, okay, so a civet's poop smells like flowers. It's a valuable ingredient for perfume. The indigested coffee beans that's taken from civet poop are infused with the intestinal bacteria and are made into delicious coffee. When you pour it into a cup, you will have your precious cup of Kopi Luwak. Oh, okay. So that's what this is. Okay. This isn't something to be ashamed of. Anything that goes through my body is made into something very valuable. My rectal discharge is made into perfume. The coffee beans taken from my excrements are made into Kopi Luwak. Why should I spend all my time straining my lower regions? I'd rather accomplish mystic deeds that don't require a toilet. Mystic deeds that I can brag about without being scared of getting laughed at. In the same way I digest measly blended coffee beans to make top quality coffee, I'm going to research the unknown possibilities of mixed species and see for myself how worthy they are as animals. I see. So you already know about Melon. He does more than 100%. He knows because I want to say it's how they said it, Deshko. I hope that's right. He's way smarter than I gave him credit for. I know that he had everything going on with the bats and he's doing all this other stuff, but this is leaps and bounds. He's got his whole little organization going on. He's got his business going on, and he's doing all this other stuff with the mixed bloods and everything else. So I gotta give Deshko his credit. Of course, he's the leopard gazelle hybrid, isn't he? He's a smart animal and very intriguing. I didn't think Kopi Luwak was a well-funded research organization. A civet's body must be like an oil field then. Well, that's how I got all these bats to work under me. Now I can enjoy my time researching mixed species. Okay, this seems like a lot. But you see, we're easily misunderstood. Just recently, one of my bats was reported to the police by a Komodo dragon. The poor thing. Well, we all know who that is. He cares about his underlings and has nice ideals about Kopi Luwak. Has nice ideas about Kopi Luwak. Actually seems like a decent group. The combination of cat and bat is actually quite unique. Unlucky that you think. Don't rest easy just yet. Deshko-san, we won't ask you to give us information after we rudely barged into your place. In exchange for the information you have on mixed species, what do you want us to do for you? A trade deal. I see. Oh, a trade deal. I see. All right. Well, you can't have a trade deal without coffee. I have to get some ready. I mean, I'm going to be 100%, man. I mean, I don't drink coffee anyway, but I don't know if I want your coffee after you done told me that it passes through your rectal discharge. I mean, maybe if you hadn't told me that and just served me your coffee, I would have drunk it, but don't tell me that. I mean, because I'm one of those people that, like, if you tell me how something's made or show me how something's made, even if I did eat it or drink it or whatever, like, after that point, I'm at the point now to where, like, I don't know if I want it anymore, man. After seeing all of this rigorous process that it goes through to be made and whatever, I don't know if I want to put it inside my body anymore, man. Okay, so where were we? Well, at least I know Melon's current public self. I can tell you but in exchange, take this bag. What's inside? 1 week's worth of my poop. That's a big old bag, boy. Look, ooh, and they got what? Don't worry, that means it's a lot. A coffee bean diet gets you lots of caffeine and very loose bowels. What do they got to do with it? They got to dig out the beans or whatever? What in the world? Okay, so we see all of them like digging through the bag or whatever. And then we see, okay, you see, the concept of meat was made only after the war. The first Herbie War, as you all know, before the war, carnivores were called life animals and herbivores were called nature animals. That's nice. I like the way that they kind of just threw that in there. There was this whole war and everything. That's like the way that they set that up. Paru is a genius. Just think about that for a minute. There was this carni-herbivore war, and before the war, carnivores were called life animals, and herbivores were called nature animals because they ate things that are typically normally found in nature, and carnivores ate things that had a life themselves. So, that's nice, man. They established a relationship that involved no killing whatsoever, but the war decimated this relationship, putting the carnivores and herbivores in terrible terms. The more they fought and antagonized each other, the more violently interested they became in each other. Who is he teaching this to? He's teaching this to kids? That's what he meant by his public life. This dude is a teacher. Ain't no freaking way. You gotta be kidding me, man. This man is out here murdering and doing all this vicious stuff. And then he has the audacity to have a normal life and go about teaching kids. Oh, you gotta be kidding me, man. That's crazy. The more they fought and antagonized each other, the more violently interested they became in each other. This history lecture was really good. It was easy to follow. So he's a college professor. That Gazelle's the new part-time instructor, right? I hear he has a really good academic background, and he's smart. Well, he has to be, like, to be as cunning and conniving as he is, doing all this other stuff behind the scenes and not get caught. He has to be smart. Okay, please be sure to turn in your homework before you leave. The subject was on proper relationship between carnivores and herbivores. Did you all do it? Oh, right. We had homework. Did you do it? No. Legacy wants Melon because of what he done previously. This dude has the gall and the audacity to be the guest lecturer in Haru's class. Are you kidding me? Why y'all ain't tell me? Why y'all ain't tell me that this man was this bold? He was this conniving. I mean, sure, he may not know that Haru is important to Legacy or who she actually is. But I seriously doubt that, man. Knowing who Melon is, there's no way that he didn't come up with a plan. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna keep going, but I seriously doubt it. The subject's too hard for me. I was thinking hard about it all night and ended up not writing a single thing. Didn't you know you were so serious about this? Didn't know you were so serious about this class. I really need the credits. What to do? Why don't you ask the instructor for a few questions? He could help you come up with something. Guess that's what I'll do. This can't be happening. I'm gonna read one more chapter, man, because it's been so long since I read it, and it's getting too good, and I don't want to stop. But I'm gonna read one more chapter. This is chapter 146, man. An El Nino in my desert. These titles, man. These titles are legit. Okay, let's get it, because now that I think about it, okay, so he might have didn't do it on purpose. You know, he just ended up being Haru's guest lecturer. So there's that. He didn't plan that out, but I mean, we know he's conniving, man. Okay, I was born with the face of a scoundrel. But if I close my eyes and hide my mouth, I transform into an agreeable and intelligent looking young gazelle. Boy, oh boy, man. In my search for taste, I got myself involved with countless crimes and have been through all kinds of work. The Tusk Trades manager, the Blood Bone Drugs producer, the Shishigumi's boss. While I was in those positions, I have tried to eat many animals only to spit them out. In the end, everything tastes like sand to me. So his taste is kind of off because he's combined of a herbivore, and a carnivore. So like his sense of taste is kind of misstrued a little bit because because of the genetics. Even the cafeterias. Why is that? I'm misreading everything today. Even the cafeteria's shriveled up tomatoes have the same sandy flavor as the animals I killed while they begged me to spare their lives. So like this is so it's not just vegetables and grass and all that other type of stuff that he can't really, that has a sandy taste that he can't taste. It's meat as well from other animals. Like nothing gives him the satisfactory taste that he is craving, that he wants. I graduated from a good university and have perpetrated. I can't read today. I have graduated from a good university and have perpetrated my killing spree for one reason only: to know what it feels like to eat something delicious just once is all I ask. Now, I don't know. I feel like maybe still it's denying yourself, but maybe if had they could have, while he was young or something, I don't know, kind of repressed his carnivorous side or his carnivorous taste bugs or something. So that way he could actually taste something, because let him tell it, he's doing all of this for he's doing all of this for one particular reason, and that is to taste something. So you're running around killing people because you can't taste. And the thing is, you don't blame he may blame his parents, but you don't see nothing wrong with what you're doing. As long as you get to taste something delicious, you think it's okay and justifiable for you to run around here and kill all these people just because you want to taste something? So after playing my cards right, I successfully infiltrated this university as a part-time instructor. I can't read today, man. I've always had my eye on this university, or on universities. Predation is like a romantic love between male and female. The male parts ways with the female feeling relieved, and the male fights back his memory of first eating meat somewhere like the back alley market. How pitiful. How envious. The young ones are struggling with their instincts and living their lives to the fullest. The meat they eat when they lose to their instincts, I bet it all tastes really good. It's like when two lovers confront each other and end up having sex. I'd like a piece of that meat. Oh, no, I'd like a piece of that, Sensei. Oh, Haru, you always just so happens to find yourself in these dangerous predicaments. I mean, she doesn't go looking for it. It just so happens to find her, man. And he'll get infatuated with Haru. I guarantee you he'll get infatuated with Haru. Watch. You still haven't eaten your lunch. You don't have any appetite? Look at him. You putting on this front. Ugh. Oh, I'm Haru, a first-year student. I'm majoring botany. I really enjoyed your history lecture. Oh, good. I work part-time, so there are quite a lot of things I'm still confused about. I haven't even memorized all the students' names. It's okay. You just started here. I really did like your lecture, and I'm not even good at history. Never was. The war is just so dark and complex. Wow. Well, looky here. Hey, Haru. Thanks for your fertilizing notes. It helped me a lot. Oh, Drew-kun, you're welcome. See? So it's like he gets upset when he sees that everybody else can have a normal life, and whether they're struggling or they're functioning properly, he just can't fathom because he can't have a normal life because he doesn't taste anything. Does she even realize how much that lynx is lusting for her as he stares at her body? Geez, you need to write your own notes. Sorry. and he talks to her like he's her friend. Well, now she sees, okay, you could die today. You could be eaten today. What a free life you have. I wonder what her neck tastes like. Predation. It's like a romantic love between a male and female. I see. This is a first. Huh? And wait. That's got to be a misprint or something. Hold on. And herbivore? A herbivore who I don't want to kill. What's your name again? Okay, a herbivore I don't want to kill and eat. What's your name again? First of all, I know what her name is for sure. Is get your hands off me, Melon, okay? Because first of all, that's Haru-chan. You don't put your hands on Haru-chan. Now I'm gonna be 100%. Now I feel sorry for the other people that you kill, but you don't be putting your hands on Haru, okay? Haru is one you can't touch because my poor Legacy gonna come through and just mollywop you, okay? Okay, so that's it. Man, that sucks. I want to read another chapter, but I'm gonna call it today, man. Okay. That was nice, man. So I think we read 4 chapters. And they weren't bad, man. They were great chapters, especially to really just pick everything back up again, to really start off. It kind of gives you that sense of like, well, I missed some stuff, but like everything that I read, it kind of caught me right back up to where I was. So I didn't feel like even the gap that I took, it really wasn't significant. Like there's still a couple things that I may have forgotten a little bit, but everything else is pretty much brought back to the forefront because of everything that I read in these 4 chapters. But now we're looking at the fact that we see that Lewis and Legacy is working together with the Shishigumi to bring down Melon, to stop him. And we see that the Civet and his whole little Tawupi Kaluk, or whatever, his little company and research organization is infatuated with Melon at the same time. So there's a lot of stuff revolving around Melon. So I'm assuming that's where this whole situation and this whole arc is going to go, and it's revolving around him. But we also see that it's also revolving around Melon having 2 distinctive lives, because we know that the life that he has where he commits crime and kills people, we've seen that throughout those chapters. We know that, hey, Melon's a villain, man. Like he's a legit villain too. Like he's not one of those one-off villains that, well, oh, I got some powers and I'm gonna do some stuff, or I'm gonna kill all these people, and sure, his reason isn't legitimate, but he's a logical villain. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a thinker. He's not just running around doing stuff like how I pretty much assumed he would just be doing it just because he could. But like he has a reason. It's not logical, but he has a reason. And we see that in the final chapter that I read today, that with his 2 lives that the Civet talked about, he's a teacher, man. Like, so he worked real hard to put on this facade, smile, and keep his eyes closed and not run around and kill people in his daily life and stuff. So he could, browse universities and possibly kill students at the university if he wanted to. But he meets Haru because Haru is taking one of his class because he's a guest lecturer. But after involving himself with Haru and having a conversation with her and interacting with her and seeing her interact with other characters, he doesn't want to kill Haru. Now, he wondered what she tastes like, but he specifically said it's strange because it's an herbivore that he doesn't want to kill. Now, sure, I'm glad that he doesn't want to kill Haru, but first of all, get your hands off her, okay? She's nobody's property, but you don't put your hands on Haru, okay? And the fact that we know that once Legacy sees that he's even in Haru's peripheral, Legacy's gonna lose it, man, and rightfully so. I mean, because we also know that Lewis Senpai cares for Haru too. We know Legacy loves her, and we know how she feels about Legacy, but we know that Lewis loves Haru too. Not like that. He cares for her deeply, but not like that. But we know that these 2 strong-willed characters, strong guys, care for Haru, and the same guy that they're hunting and chasing and looking for just so happened to have her within his grasp. I am so excited to see where this goes and where it plays out. and I am so happy to be back, and I am so excited to talk to you guys about these last 4 chapters that my mind is just boggled because I need more, man. Drop some comments down in the comment section down below. This is really incredible, man. Don't forget to smash the like button until you can't smash it anymore. Comment down below, and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of them. And subscribe, but only if you really want to, man. Remember, the anime matters, anime is greatness, and anime is life, man. Peace out. And manga matters as well.